Innovation or flop? Is Apple Vision Pro Apple's next big breakthrough in technology, or is it destined to be a flop? All I know is I'm super excited for this product to be coming out. Hopefully you're excited as well. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what I'm excited for, but also what are some of my concerns with this product as we're getting ready for the launch of hopefully the next big thing in technology. So let's get into it. So I am super excited for Apple Vision Pro to be releasing from Apple, and let's just say it's going to be an exciting time in the tech world. Now I will say one of the things right off the bat, we'll start with the concern, is the price. All right, this thing is touted to come in at about $3,499, which I think is a little bit expensive. However, we can look at this in two ways. From Apple's perspective, they have to make this thing expensive because if it flops, they need to have a return on investment. And if it does well, they're going to be able to make money off of it, which will allow them to advance the technology, bring out better software, and just keep pushing this product forward. And so if we're coming from Apple's perspective, we can kind of see why it needs to be the price that it is. And if Apple delivers on what they say this thing can do, possibly from the consumer perspective, a great investment to spend that $3,500 to get your buy-in to the next technological advancement that we might see. All right, and so on this channel, I aim to help you guys make informed decisions when it comes to your products. And so I'm in the same boat as you guys. This product isn't out yet. We don't know what it can do. We really just know what Apple told us at the keynote, and we have the price. We've yet to really get it in our hands and see all that it can do. And so I'm in the same boat as many of you, thinking about, do I want to spend the money on this? Should I wait to see videos and teardowns and see what this thing can do? I'm in the same boat as you, and that's part of my excitement as we ramp up and get closer to Vision Pro coming out, is just to see what this thing can do and what it has the potential to do in the long run. But I will say, first concern is price. I think that will be a major area of contention, barrier to entry for many everyday consumers. We may find ourselves just watching YouTube and looking at those that can afford this to get our hands-on review and first look at the product. And so that is, to me, one of the cons that I see, one of my concerns with the Vision Pro. Now, as we change gears a little bit, I want to talk about one of the things I'm excited for is the capability of how immersive this thing can be. Now, when we're looking at possibly pairing this with AirPods Pro, AirPods Max, we've already heard about the idea of spatial audio, spatial video coming to the Vision Pro. I just start to think about, how is listening to music, how is watching your favorite movies, or recording movies in the new spatial video format, how much more immersed are we going to be in our everyday activities? That's something that I'm super excited to see as someone who makes videos, who takes pictures and videos in my spare time. How much more memorable can an experience be when you're creating a spatial video that you'll be able to have and watch for pretty much however long you keep the video? That also busts the door down for more immersive gaming. Apple really hasn't made great leaps and bounds into gaming. Maybe Vision Pro is going to bring a new gaming landscape for Apple, where maybe the Apple Arcade games will be more interactive when you have the headset on. Maybe they'll make special games that are augmented reality, virtual reality, just for the Vision Pro. Maybe Vision Pro down the line will be able to be compatible with console games, 2K, Call of Duty, who knows? But imagine taking your favorite game and making it a more immersive experience because of this headset. That's just something that I'm excited to see, and I have no idea how immersive it's going to be or what this first initial iteration of the headset is going to be like, but that's something that I am kind of hoping and wishing and just kind of sitting on the edge of my seat waiting for. Another positive that I want to look at and talk about is the potential for Vision Pro to be groundbreaking in the area of health. We already know Apple just released the new Journal app, which I think is going to be a huge addition to health, especially in the area of mental health. I think Journal has a ton of potential. I've got a video up on my channel talking about the Journal app. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. I think it's an app that's going to possibly be very useful in the mental health space. But along those lines with Vision Pro, let's picture this, that you're wheelchair bound and you don't have the ability to get up and move around like you want to be able to put on the headset and go to the beach, go to the top of a New York City skyscraper and see the cityscape out there at nighttime, to be able to walk through a museum, like all the possibilities of accessibility that I think could come with Vision Pro. I just think that it's mind-blowing to think what they could do. And that's just the surface level of just me sitting here brainstorming what I think they could do. But the geniuses and masterful folks at Apple probably already have a ton of other stuff lined up that Vision Pro is going to be able to do. Another scenario I think of is, imagine, maybe you had a long day and you get home and you just want to cool it, you just want some fresh air, and so you put on your headset and you get immersed in the ocean breeze, or you go to see a sunset of your favorite place or a place you've never been before, and for those 15 minutes you're just feeling this rush and excitement and maybe calming feeling of being in one of these locales that was brought to you only because of Vision Pro. So those are just a couple scenarios that I could think of for the health factor, but that immersive feel that Apple's claiming this thing is going to bring, I could see this being something revolutionary in the area of health. Kind of the last scenario I see here, a little bit on the sad side, but it is something that's very real, is that people pass away. And imagine the ability to have the last moments of a relative in the immersive spatial video that you can watch at any time and feel like they're there. And it becomes a keepsake of that person. And so that immersiveness that Vision Pro promises to deliver on just brings so many different facets and ways that you can use this device. Now, another one is productivity. Another exciting thing, or another thing I'm looking forward to, is productivity. How cool would this thing be to integrate with your iPhone, integrate with your MacBook, and kind of get that Minority Report feel going on where you're swiping and doing stuff in the room? I think that would be so dope. And so I'm looking forward to see how this really integrates with the other Apple products. And that's probably going to come through software. And so being introduced to the new Vision Pro software that's going to be on that device, just to see how everything works in continuity. Apple does an amazing job of seamlessness with their products already. And so there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to bring this product with an equal level of magic to it, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, is magic. And now, it being the first iteration, it may not do everything that we have in our minds that we're dreaming up and fantasizing about for it to do in the first iteration. But I think if they deliver on some level that shows us the potential that it could do these things. Okay, so productivity for sure, I think, is going to skyrocket. And I think when people get their hands on it and we can start to see what you can do with it, I think we'll start to see this more as just an immersive social type of device, but more of something that can actually be used like your iPhone, like your Mac, like your Apple Watch. It can be used to be productive and hit goals, and I think Vision Pro will deliver on that. So those were some of the things that I'm excited about. I'm going to close out this video with couple more concerns. All right. And so, coming from the world of mental health, one of my number one concerns that I have for Vision Pro is this idea of escapism. Okay. And so we talked about a few scenarios where you're putting on the headset to travel to another place, experience something that you never have before. Everything in moderation. And so my concern is, in the generation that we live in, where we heavily consume content, that this device could be misused for people just to escape reality. can become addictive. And so it'll be interesting to see the health features, the privacy, screen time features that they might add to this thing to kind of counteract that or provide some safety measures. But I do think that that could be something to worry about, especially in the younger folks, right, that are putting this on, and we're scrolling through TikTok and we're on our social media. And if it is as immersive as they say it could be, this could be a way to escape from the responsibilities that are going on in the real world. And if not handled correctly with some moderation and some boundaries on how you use the device, I could see escapism kind of being a problem with this device. That segues into, they're kind of brother and sister, these 2 points, but escapism and then isolation. In the keynote, this first iteration of the Vision Pro really looks like something that you're going to be using at your home or at your office, because you are tethered to this battery pack that only gives about 2 or 3 hours of battery life. And so to really be able to use this, you're probably going to be using it in isolated spaces or be using it alone. There wasn't a ton of things on the keynote that really showed this is super social, where a group of people will be in the room together wearing the Vision Pro. It seemed very kind of one-on-one, isolated. And so when you pair that with escapism, when you pair that with this kind of actually in the beginning might take you away from community and society, it could be dangerous in the beginning. And again, safety and screen time and all that stuff I think is going to be vital. If you have children, just the audience who's purchasing this, you're gonna have to take some accountability and kind of just pay attention to that in the beginning. All right, set some limits on how long you use this thing. And so those kind of are brother and sister, but escapism and isolation, I could see it being something that's a problem. This might not happen right away, but kind of my third concern is, will this make other Apple products in the ecosystem obsolete? All right, when we think of the groundbreaking things Apple's done, from giving us the iPhone, just the straight up iPhone to begin with, AirPods, some of the things that they've done. We laughed when the iPhone came out. We laughed when AirPods came out. We're kind of laughing now when the Vision Pro is coming out. The price, this doesn't seem very practical. Who's going to be using this thing? And look now, everybody has an iPhone. Everyone across the world is using AirPods. So does this thing have the ability to be that next big thing? And if it's the next big thing that Apple is wanting it to be, will it replace iPhones? Will it replace MacBooks? Will there be a point in time where there's a smaller, compact version of Vision Pro that is cellular, that you can do everything out on the go? You can get on the treadmill, leave the treadmill and go into work and be able to flash up and pull up your workload and workflow and just be able to do it from this headset with probably at that point better battery. But if we're thinking big picture here, which I think Apple is thinking as well, what Apple ecosystem product is this going to kill? And if it doesn't kill something in the Apple ecosystem, what product is this going to enhance, where you absolutely have to have the Vision Pro and another Apple product? And so that's my concern. You know, in this market, I love my iPhone. I love my products that I use for productivity, but I'm a little concerned if we're pushing a new product that might take away the usefulness of something I've spent a lot of money and invested in. And also, change is scary. And so just like it took a long time for people to really get used to the iPhone and see its value and, you know, see the value of AirPods, it could take a while for us to really see the value of Vision Pro, and letting go of what we're used to and getting ready for something brand new is scary and can really change the landscape of not just technology, but day-to-day life. And so that is a concern. Now, I don't know how soon that could be an issue. I definitely don't think with the first iteration of Vision Pro it's going to be killing off anything. But again, Apple is big picture. We have to assume they are thinking, how can we make this the next big thing? But that's it for my quick little rant of excitement about Vision Pro. If you found this video helpful and you enjoyed the content or the discussion, go ahead and give me a like. If you want to see more tech related content, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you know when new content goes live. Let me know in the comment section below, are you excited for Vision Pro by Apple? What are your concerns? I'd love to hear from you guys down below. But I'm out of here. Like always, be blessed. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.